If you're a university student starting this fall, there is something that you guys need to hear. There's a 3S rule that every single university student is going to be faced with, and depending on the outcome of this rule and what you choose, this will determine what kind of university experience you're going to have. The 3S rule is basically 3S's are going to present themselves to you at the beginning of the semester. You can only choose 2 out of the 3. You cannot have all 3, and depending on the 2 that you choose, this will determine how productive you are in university and the quality of the university experience you're going to have. There's 3 kinds of students in university, and it depends on which of the 3S's they choose. The 3S's in university are school, sleep, and social life. The first kind of student is a student who gets stellar grades and is at the top of the class all the time. They're the envy of all the students because they're always getting the grades that everybody else wants. And the secret to these students is that they prioritize school and they prioritize their sleep. You guys are probably thinking, okay, social life doesn't come into the equation at all, so what does that mean? It doesn't mean that your social life has gone to the dogs. It just means that you've prioritized your school and your sleep, and a misconception about university is that it's always hustle and bustle, it's always busy and there's no downtime. This is actually not true. There's going to be really high periods of, work intense periods where you need to get through a lot of work, but there's also going to be a lot of downtime where, students have the opportunity to socialize and just to relax and have a good time. So the students that prioritize school and sleep, they'll actually be able to use this downtime when it presents itself as socializing time instead of, trying to catch up on, homework that they procrastinated on, which they should have gotten done at an earlier time. So the top kind of student in university is a student that prioritizes school and they prioritize their sleep. And as their semester progresses, as I mentioned, social life will fit in because downtime will present itself, and that'll be an opportunity for you guys to socialize and just to relax. The second kind of student in university is pretty mischievous, actually. These are the students that choose social life and they choose school. These are the kind of people that you see on campus who are always having a good time. They're at all the parties, and somehow they still manage to pull off really good grades. The secret that these students don't tell you is that they are sleep deprived like no tomorrow. And because we're human beings, by default we need sleep, and sleep deprivation is not something that you can get away with in university because it will catch up to you. The quality of sleep and the amount of sleep that you get will reflect on your health. People who are sleep deprived, the more they're sleep deprived, the larger the toll that it takes on their health. You're going to notice that you can't focus and concentrate in classes, and your overall thinking and cognitive capacity is going to plummet and it's going to decline. And this is something that you need to rely on because in school you need to be able to think, you need to be able to function, and sleep will be able to, allow you to recuperate after a hard day's work so that you're able to function the next day. So students who choose sleep and they choose their school are the ones that are usually going to be able to stay ahead and maintain their pace, while the students who choose social life and they choose school, they might be ahead of a lot of students, but then they're going to burn out really quickly prior to the end of the semester. So I really encourage you guys to choose school and sleep because, as I mentioned, social life is going to fit in because downtime will present itself. And the last kind of student in university is a student that I coined the yo-yo student, okay? And when you think of a yo-yo, what do you think of? You think of something that goes up and down, right? And this is the experience of university for a yo-yo student. Their highs consist of going to parties and having a good time, but then there's a lot of lows, and this is when they go to class and they realize, they don't understand anything because the whole past semester they've been catching up on lost sleep during classes when they should have been paying attention. These are the 3 kinds of students in university, and their outcomes depend on what 2S's that they prioritized. As I mentioned before, all 3 can't be prioritized. You have to choose 2, and depending on which ones you prioritize, social life will be able to fit in. Don't feel like if you don't make social life a priority, it's not going to happen. As I mentioned before, I can't stress it enough. University, the point of university is to learn, ultimately get the grades that you want, which will give you the career that you need in order to succeed. University will present itself with a lot of opportunities for you to relax and have a good time, but this will only come as long as you prioritize the right things, i.e. the right S's, which is school and sleep. So when you start university in the fall and you realize university is presenting these 3 options to you, make sure you prioritize the right ones, because that will determine how productive you are in university and your future prospects when it comes to job opportunities. I really hope this advice helps. I know it helped me, and it was shocking how many times it held true for a lot of students. It's a simple recipe to success, and I hope that it helps you guys. For those of you who are entering university this fall, I wish you all the best, and please keep this rule in mind, because as I mentioned before, it's a simple recipe to success, and if you follow it, I'm sure you're going to reach the top. Thanks again for watching.